Hello, hello. Welcome to the Radish and Bundy Retro Games podcast. Back for our Christmas special, John. How are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. I'm good, thank you, James. How are you doing?
Tired. I reckon I probably had my most busy work year. Literally, you probably see it in my eyes, John, how tired I am. That's just from a long, long year of work. It's just felt, like hard work for the whole 12 months. And December's like the busiest month for some reason. Normally I'm quiet over
Culmination
December.
of a year of hard work and shit.
Yeah, and dealing with bell ends all day.
You should get into like streaming, like Fortnite or something, and just like make a career out of that.
But bell ends on there too, probably as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
all those games. Yeah. So as we always do on this podcast, we start off with what we've been playing, and I'll start. What have you been playing, John?
So I'm still in the progress of playing, and that is GTA 4.
Did we touch on that last month? Were you playing it then, or am I making that up?
I feel.
I'm sure I remember. You did say you were going to play it. That's right. I remember us talking about it. But yeah, how's that going?
Oh, very well, actually. I was a bit worried that I would, because when I play some of the older games, I struggle with some of the missions where I just kept dying over and over again. So far, touch woods, I haven't had that problem. There's been a couple I've had to do like a couple of times just to getting like mowed down or just being an idiot and crashing my car and getting too far away from whoever I'm chasing. But yeah, it's I have paused the game though to try and, because for those who know, I do the 52 game challenge, and I realized that I probably could have been in the game this year, but there was also the Club 52 challenge where we spin a wheel every month and pick a game. So that I also wanted to get done as well this year. So I paused the game because I've still got a bunch of it to do and to focus on some other ones, but I'll come back to it. So, because for those who have played the game, let's see, I dealt with Uncle Vlad and I have dealt with his employer, but now his right-hand man doesn't feel great about paying me for what's happened. So, and I kept dying on that mission. So I realized, I think I have to spend some of my own money and go and get a bulletproof vest to try and help, give me some armor before going into that mission again. But yeah, so that's the game I put quite a few hours into. But otherwise, do you want to go for yours and I'll do some more in a bit?
Okay. I'll start off with I did I think it was last month, the Feed Me Chicken / 16 Bits and Bob Mario Kart 8.
Yes.
Tournament, and I was on the Feed Me Chicken team. I came fourth, John, overall, so I was pretty happy with that. I hadn't played it for years. I was meant to practice and I didn't, but I kind of kept quiet and just plugged away at every race. I did, and managed to finish fourth overall. My main goal being to beat the Rampage Tulk, which I successfully did, and I was happy, and we won as a team, which is the most important thing. So that was fun. That was there was like a couple of guys on there. They were just way ahead of everyone. They were just so much better. Never have any hope, no matter how much I practiced. Could I have won that? But that was fun. Played Mario Kart for ages, and I've played it a bit since then, as it got me back into it. Otherwise, I've dipped into loads of stuff, but one game I've started playing, a random sort of, what would you call it, an impulse buy, as you may not have heard. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's A Hat in Time.
Oh, it's on my wish list, but I've heard good things about it.
I've got a French copy because I have to buy it physically. I wanted it physical, which is it's not that easy to get hold of on the Switch. But I found it, got a French copy, which it's fine. It plays English, but yeah, that is like being honest, it's like an unpolished 3D Mario game.
I've heard like if you enjoyed, say, N64 era collectathons, like your Banjo Kazooies, for example, then this is the game that is trying to emulate that.
Yeah.
So, and I've heard like it's had a lot of stuff added to it since release, so it's like a bigger package with more content.
I'm enjoying it, but it's not blowing me away, and it does just feel a bit rough around the edges. It's no Mario to me, which is I'm obviously turning into some like
old
man who likes his games polished to a high degree. It's good. I'm going to keep plugging away at it. What about you, John? What's next on your playlist?
I was also meant to be in the Mario Kart Challenge as part of Phoebe Chicken's team, but
you were.
But I say sadly, I was then paid off to not take part because they realised I was going to be the best player. So a video, was put out to show me taking the call to be offered the bribe, be accepting the bribe, so I could buy a PS5. So.
Did you buy a PS5 though? Did you buy a PS5 though?
Oh yeah, of course. No. The latest console I've got in the house is the PS3. So, but we've got to keep it in kayfabe. So yes, I was bribed to not be in the competition. So because they knew I was going to be too good.
Well, it'd have been interesting if you did. Well, I suppose you can't play it because you haven't got anything. You haven't got a Switch, John.
Well, okay, so fine. Okay, we'll pull back the veil. So apologies if I'm breaking the mystique of the competition. But so I don't own a Switch, and also you couldn't do it on the Wii U either because they've turned the servers off, I believe.
They have, unless you do the funky homebrew stuff to make it work.
Also, I don't own a Wii U. So when I've done the YouTube star in a Mario Kart series that Cooper's World does, which he hasn't done the most recent one. We've all submitted our footage, but he hasn't done it yet. But I was borrowing a friend of mine, his Switch, and I asked him, can I borrow it for this competition? He was like, yeah, that's fine, it's fine. What are you doing it for? I said, I'm doing this tournament. And oh. Yeah, I've jailbroken my Switch, so really it probably shouldn't go online. And I was, right, okay. So I mentioned that to Phoebe Chicken, and I was like, yeah, it's a bit of a showstopper, isn't it? So,
what a naughty bastard he is, jailbreaking his Switch.
So, and it's, but it's far more entertaining to storyline wise to say that I was bribed, PayPal PayPal money to not take part. That's far more entertaining than just I haven't got anything I could play on. So
yeah.
But otherwise, the games I've actually played. So I beat last night. There's two games I beat yesterday actually. First one, which is Discworld 2 on the PS1.
Yep.
So that I've been playing for the last several months with my son. So people who've seen my 52 game challenge completion videos, me and my son beat the first one earlier this year, and then have now played this one. So this is doing it say half an hour at a time, whatever, after school over several months. So this isn't beat it one afternoon. No, and there's still some convoluted puzzles in there. Not as bad as the first game, but there are some definite head scratches. So you're going to need a guide, is what I'm saying. Anyone who plays this, you'll need a guide to figure out some of those. But then what I've been playing in the evenings was Shadows of the Damned. Hello, Remastered.
That is a cracking game. I loved that game. I'm not sure if it was quite what's the word? Crude.
Yeah.
That's me putting it nicely, but people don't like stuff like that now, John, do they? but it was
Well,
fantastic and funny.
yeah, put it this way, there's a lot of dick jokes in there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, a lot of dick jokes. So yeah, it's it
Nothing
only
wrong with that.
no, nothing wrong with that. The remaster I think only came out a couple of months ago as well, because that was the game that was I mentioned earlier on Club 52 where they spin the wheel. That was the game that got picked. So I know that's a Gordon Gibb 84 Gaming. He played his original 360 copy, whereas I was like, I now have a 360, but I saw that the remaster was up, so I was like, oh, I'll grab that. And yeah, so it's I'll be honest, the first hour I did at one point I wanted to hurl my controller at the TV because there's when you first meet the opera singer, and she summoned an enemy, which I thought was a boss. It's not a boss because you do face it several more times, and you don't get an achievement for beating it. But I hadn't really figured out the mechanics properly. So in other words, you had to like use your light shot to stun it so it turns around and shoots it. I've come to realize that the 360 controller I'm using to play has analog stick drift. So when you try to do precision shooting, which bear in mind, I prefer to do that kind of stuff with a keyboard and mouse. And even though I'm playing on PC, they say, oh, this is better for control. I was like, fine, I'll do that. So I'm like, get the guy to be stunned and turn around and then trying to like lock on, like, to shoot. And then suddenly my controller decides to go, wee with the reticle. I'm like, ah! So, yeah.
Buy a new controller, John.
I know I need to buy a new controller, like, because I started their game straight after that. And then I noticed that, like, even during that, like, was like moving. And I'm like, yeah, this really does have analog drift now. So I really do something about it. Yeah, and I probably would help if I get that replaced, but I guess before I finish GTA as well, with the shooting in that game. Actually, no, you can lock on. You can lock on in GTA 4, so that really helps. But yeah,
isn't the GTA 4 the one with the piss poor driving?
It's the one where you play as Nico Bellic.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was quite story heavy, wasn't it? Number 4, but I've enjoyed them all, to be fair.
Because I haven't played 5 yet. So, I mean, I played San Andreas 7 years ago. So, so now I finally played GTA 4. Or playing.
You could still play GTA 5 on your PS3 as well.
Oh, yeah, because I've got a copy here for the PS3, so...
Yeah, you'll have to crack onto that next then.
No, I'm not jumping straight into another GTA game straight after. So. I know I tend to like delay playing open world games like that for a while, but GTA 4 is one I've been saying for ages. Oh, I should play that. And I was like, pull the finger around, finally do it. That's what like the 52 game challenge and the 12 RPG challenge has been about. Is me actually playing the games I keep saying, oh, I need to play. There are others that like I know I still go, I need to play, like Shenmue, but I'm no closer to playing that. But we'll see. But yeah, so I will hopefully going to have GTA 4 be one of my early completions, I think, for 2025.
Okay, so it's going to be next year. You're not going to finish it, bang through it over Christmas then?
I mean, it comes down to kind of like family time, I think, but also...
Family time, nah. They won't mind if you finish GTA 4.
Yeah, but also after I beat the game I'm currently playing... which I'll mention a bit because you deserve another time to say what you've been playing. But I will probably I've got my like every time I've been doing videos of my 52 game challenge, and I'll probably like put that together and like put that online because otherwise I don't want to have to then do an MM for a final game, or whatever. So I'm like,
oh,
so yeah. But yeah, what else have you been playing?
I don't know. I've been really scattered because I've been so busy and so tired.
Championship Manager, according to Steam.
Oh, Football Manager, yeah. I dabble with that, but I don't. It's one of those things, John. I play it when I'm like so too tired to have hand-to-eye coordination, but I don't know if I say I enjoy it and I feel dirty after playing it. Yeah, because I like sim games, but that one makes me feel dirty. Um, I have been playing a lot of though is NHL 22 or 23, whichever one it is. It's one of the older, like a well, yes, what was it, 2 or 3 years old, or 2 or 3 games back on the NHL because I do like ice hockey.
I was gonna say 22 is good. I was gonna say you're wearing like a hockey shirt.
Yeah,
like...
I do love ice hockey because it's violent, and I've been doing a career save with San Jose Sharks, which are my team. But that love of ice hockey games comes from the GameCube with NHL Hits.
Oh, really? Okay.
I must have spent about 200 hours playing that. I dread to think it's actually probably one of my most played GameCube games. I had a friend as well. We both loved NHL Hits, so we'd always play multiplayer as well. And that was, you could smash people through the glass on it.
That's cool.
To be fair, every like 30 seconds, you'd be having a fight with somebody. And I was a bit worried in this game I'd not be able to have a scrap. But lo and behold, if you basically smash somebody too often, yeah, you get the old fighting, and yeah. So I've kind of started off on like idiot mode. Yeah, I've been gradually going up in the career as I get used to it again. But NHL Hits is more like five-a-side would be in football, I suppose.
Sure.
But this is more like proper hockey, and I don't know what I'm doing really. I just got to get the puck in the goal.
Yeah,
and that's what I do. But yeah, that's been good fun. And talking about sim games, I bought a game called The Foundation.
Okay, Foundation.
If you imagine Sim City, but you've basically got like a village.
Okay.
Crossed with like Age of Empires, or best game it would sort of relate to would be The Settlers, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, I haven't played it, but I remember it.
Yeah, it's like a relaxing kind of, you start off with nothing and build your or build a town out of nothing. And yeah, it's quite fun. It's very chilled. And I kind of just started that, but I'm enjoying that as a kind of game to play with a drink. But I'm more console than PC these days because I just don't like to be on a computer playing too much. And one last sim, just to add to that, I had what the fuck is it called? Transport, shipping. Oh, Transocean or something it's called.
Sure.
And it's basically you have a shipping company and you just basically buy cargo ships and you take crap over the world. And you got this woman who basically represents the bank, who's an absolute bastard.
Of course.
Basically, yeah, who rinses you. So you've got to keep losing money. It's good. It's like the old Transport Tycoon game. So I'm enjoying that as well. So I kind of just dabbling with stuff at the moment.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, now you want to be a console gamer. Now that you got a PS5, haven't you?
No, I didn't in the end. PS4.
Ah, okay. Yes, sorry, that was it. Yes.
I went back and bought a PS4 Pro to play the Yakuza games.
Yeah.
Which I'm still making my headway on. Like a Dragon is massive though. Nowhere near finishing, I don't think, because I keep getting distracted by how amazingly fun it is just to go around the city. But I have bought the sequel in preparation, Infinite Wealth.
Sure.
And my PS4 is basically my Yakuza machine.
It's such a popular series, and I will get into it one day. But this people are going to shout at me, just do it. But I say I will play Shenmue before I play Yakuza. I think I've said it before on our show, and I'll say it again. People will nail me to a cross for it, but I want to play Shenmue before I play Yakuza. They're not the same type of game, but it's just, to me, Yakuza is an evolution of the Shenmue formula. To me, Yakuza is an evolution of the Shenmue formula. I know they're different types of games, but I feel like if I were to play Yakuza and then try to play Shenmue, I'm going to go, this is antiquated garbage, so I should play Shenmue first before going to the Yakuza series, because everyone I've spoken to, both on YouTube and in the real world, who have started playing the Yakuza series, it takes over their lives.
Yeah.
Like they have to play all of it. They have to play every single entry, and I'm just like, wow, this must be a very good series. So, then to try and play something which, I mean, you could argue it, but to me, I feel like, Yakuza probably got inspiration from something like Shenmue, but
Yeah. Well, it's Sega, isn't it? Both
it's Sega. Yeah, it's Sega. So, I mean, people may argue it, but that's how I feel. Like GTA 4 is a kind of similar thing. Like, I want to play, say, Saints Row, the Saints Row series, because apparently that's like GTA but more fun. And when I say fun, like
fun GTA.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, okay, so I need to play GTA 4 before I play those, because how can I go back and play GTA 4 if I played more fun versions of that game? So it's that same kind of philosophy where people probably go, just play the more fun game, John. I'm like, no, I own these games. I will play them.
We're insight into John's crazy mind, I think. John has to play stuff in a certain order.
Yeah, so I mean, in a way, it also pushes me to go and play things as well, I guess. So
yeah. No, maybe we should do. I'd say I don't know how long is Shenmue 1. I have played them actually. I can't remember.
It depends how much you put into it, more than anything else, because it's kind of like a life sim. Like you have a job, there's an arcade, you can go do things, and there is an in-game clock with all the NPCs will follow this clock. In other words, if you want to go to certain shops, they will be open at certain times. If you need to find a specific NPC to move the plot forward, they will only be available at certain times of the day. Even Santa shows up. If you're playing it this time of year, you can go and see Santa. Well, I suppose probably somebody dressed as Santa, but still, it's so. In other words, the length of the game is like Yakuza. You potentially could have finished the game if you didn't spend so much time like going around the city versus just mainlining the story. So
it says here, John, just for reference, Shenmue 1. Main story 19.5 hours, completionist 23. Okay, maybe we should do it for because I'd love to play. I don't think I finished it. I think I must have got pretty close. So I do remember because I bought like I think it was was it the Xbox 360 maybe?
So Shenmue 2 came out on the Xbox, and then we've had the HD collection of 1 and 2 for modern consoles, and there was 3 that got released.
I must be PS4 or something then, but maybe we'll have to do Shenmue 1 as like a maybe when we've got a quiet month, because even I can do a 20-hour game.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really? Definitely. Yes, absolutely. I'll smash it.
I feel like apology to the audience, we're now going on like tangent here, but I feel like if we pick a month and say we're going to do Shenmue, and then 3 months later we're still going to be like, no, still haven't finished it.
Okay, I if we do Shenmue, why can't I say it? I'm that tired.
Or if we
do it for a month, and I've got a bit of notice, I bet you I can get that done in 4 weeks.
Okay, I mean
that's 5 hours a week.
Yep. It won't be the January episode. It won't be the January episode because, but okay, we will try and fine. We will try, audience, to do in 2025 play Shenmue 1. Yes,
we've got to do it. We'll do it when the month just aligns for both of us. But yeah, no, that is my standard game. I think these days I like either kind of relaxing stuff or quite story, slow, good characters. I think that's why I love Yakuza, because the characters are so good in it. So I bought Zero, Yakuza 0 ready to go, so I can go through them in a chronological order then.
Yeah.
So it'd be 0 and Kiwami 1 and 2. And then I've got the remastered collection, which is 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And I'm up to date with the main line. And Like a Dragon will always be that kind of in the background, mega long turn-based RPG.
Part of the 12 RPG challenge.
Yeah, which I've only done 4. I don't think I'm gonna get 8 in the next week.
But okay, so because like in our WhatsApp group chat, like some people at times have been like, "Oh, I haven't really manage to do like much, but and okay, sometimes we'll like have like banter, but the main point I always try and get across, in case if people do feel bad about this, is like if this has managed to make you actually play even just like more of an RPG than you would have not played otherwise. Like, would you have played those 4 RPGs? I mean, Sea of Stars, I'm pretty sure you would have done, but for example, would you have played the 4 games if we weren't doing that challenge this year?
I'd have played them. I guarantee you I wouldn't have finished 4.
There
The
you
only
go.
one of those I think I would have 100% finished was Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's the only one I think I would have finished. And I love Sea of Stars, and I'm so glad I finished it. And have you played it yet?
No, it's a game I don't know yet, but it's a game that I know I will one day play.
Definitely worth playing. It's I said you probably run on your PC, John.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's just that there are it's other games I want to play first. So, but yeah, but just to try and like crystallize the point is, if the 12 RPG challenge has made people even play more than they would have done, it doesn't matter if you don't actually beat the 12 RPG challenge. The fact that you've actually taken part and like put time into these games that you would never have touched otherwise, and they would be sat on the backlog, that is what is important.
Yeah, definitely, and it's definitely helped me do that. And I've got a good sort of 3 or 4 unfinished RPGs that hopefully I can get around to finishing eventually. But
2025 challenge.
2025, finish my unfinished RPGs, but I don't know. I'm definitely going to carry on with it. And try if I can do another 4 next year. If I do 4 or 5 RPGs a year, I'll be happy.
Yeah, we call it the 12 RPG challenge because it's 1 a month. It makes sense, but like I say, no one's getting penalized for not actually beating 12.
Apart from the Rampage Tell, because he deserves to be penalized regardless. Even if you've got 20, you should be punished.
But it's like I say, it's about getting people. It's like the 52 game challenge. It's about getting people to actually play games. And because I've joined these groups, or the 12 RPG has helped create our group of it, even though I didn't create the challenge overall, it helps push me to go, okay, I'll play this. Like, for example, I haven't watched that much, except for what I watched with my wife. I haven't watched that much TV of my own because I'm like, well, I'm gonna go get these games finished, rather than staying in the backlog. And the games that I have played this year, like for the 12 RPG challenge, so these games have been on my backlog for years and years and years, and to finally play them, like feels just so good. Like to finally play like Skies of Arcadia. Okay, granted, I picked that up I think 5-6 years ago, but it's a game that you hear like mentioned so much. To finally play it and complete it, it's just a great feeling, and like yeah.
The Skies of Arcadia is a classic. I still don't understand why Sega haven't done a second one.
It didn't sell that well. That's the problem.
I think the cult following, if they redid it, you look at some of the weird RPGs that come out these days. Surely Skies of Arcadia's got a bigger audience. I mean, it doesn't have to be a blockbuster one, I don't think.
If they just remaster the first game and sold that, because it's been such a cult classic, then hopefully that will show Sega that people do want a sequel. So just remaster it before putting the money into a proper sequel.
Absolutely. They should bring it out because it's expensive.
Yeah.
I think we've both got it on GameCube, haven't we? But I'm guessing it's even more pricey on Dreamcast, is it?
I don't know, actually.
Or is it just because the GameCube, everything is double the price because it's GameCube?
Yeah, I feel like the GameCube one is more expensive, but I could be mistaken. But
not a cheap thing to get into, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, it's
the hours you get from it. It is probably worth that inflated price.
It is a fantastic game, and so it's for me. It's like part of a trifecta of like Sega classics that people should like that you have to play, along with Panzer Dragoon Saga, And a third game which escapes my mind at the moment, but I have said in the past and I can't remember what it was. But it's one of the games I played this year, but I am struggling to remember, like Sega classic RPGs that people just don't think about. Like, or like, oh yeah, I've heard about that, but no, it's games that you should definitely play. Skies of Arcadia and Panzer Dragoon Saga. So
Yeah, they've got quite a catalogue that they could sort of bring out, couldn't they?
yeah,
That
definitely.
they've kind of same with Nintendo. Nintendo probably not as bad, but they've got a lot of stuff that sort of that hasn't had a proper sort of bit of attention. Like Star Fox has been left kind of
To languish.
F-Zero, which again, it's all Nintendo need to do is do the GameCube game GX, make it SX as a Switch, and just release it, and it's going to sell at least a couple of million, and they can probably make an absolute killing just from, and that's Sega as well. Funny enough, Sega was it Amusement Vision, Sega Studio, isn't it?
I could try and pull the game out, but I know that Sega definitely helped them with the arcade version. I don't know about the game.
I think Sega developed it. You know,
I mean, that by Sega were third-party software then, so it wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, I think Sega did. Yeah, Amusement Vision did F-Zero GX and AX, and I don't know, because Amusement Vision did Super Monkey Ball and stuff, didn't they? Are they still going?
I don't know. I mean, we've had the recent Monkey Ball like remaster like collection, so
I need to find out now. F-Zero GX. I might be making this up because I got a feeling they got Namco to do Star Fox on the GameCube, and Sega to do F-Zero, which actually worked out pretty damn well. Oh, let's find out, John. This is going to drive me mad till I find it. I won't be able to concentrate. Wikipedia will say, won't it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Amusement Vision. Yep. Published by Nintendo, but developed by Amusement Vision. Holy shit.
What?
Shows the Amusement Vision is now Ryuga Gotogo Studio, which are the dudes that made Like a Dragon and Yakuza series.
Oh really? So they made F-Zero.
Sorry, they made Like a Dragon. So the RPG. Binary Domain, which I fucking love.
Oh, that's an awesome game. That is
Super Monkey Ball, and they've done Virtua Fighter from 2021. They're all, I fucking love those dudes. That might be my unknown favorite developer then.
I mean, like Binary Domain, I played last year for my 52 challenge. Even though I had the game sitting in my Steam account for years, I finally decided, I'll give this a try. And it's absolutely amazing. Okay, anyone listening, if you don't play Binary Domain, go and play that now.
Yeah,
it's a third-person shooter.
Yeah, probably kind of lost in the 360 PS3 sort of phase, isn't it?
That was the problem. It got kind of engulfed during that era of like, you know, the brown shooters and all that. It's where everything was a shooter. So
yeah, I had 3 games from that generation, which were for me were like 3 unbelievable action games, and that was Binary Domain, Vanquish.
I still play that, and I do own it. And
Bayonetta. 2 of them platinum, 1 of them Amusement Vision. Awesome. I could play those 3 games every year and enjoy it.
I've got Bayonetta. I've got Vanquish and Bayonetta, but I haven't played either of them yet.
Great games. Bayonetta is more like a Devil May Cry kind of thing, but Vanquish is like just a slick, fast-paced action game. Personally, I think Vanquish is my favorite out of the 3. It again didn't sell anywhere near what it deserved to. God, I love Vanquish.
Able, at least on Steam and probably on one console. So there you go, as a recommendation.
Funny enough, they released, I think, for the PS4 anyway, maybe PS5 as well, like a double pack of Bayonetta and Vanquish.
I've seen that, yeah.
If you've never played them, start there. instead of fucking spending money on V-Bucks for Fortnite or whatever it is people do these days.
Right. Shall we get on to our main topic?
I'm going to do one more thing, John, because
Yes.
it's been a big part of my surviving the last few months.
Okay.
I'm going to call it Radish's anime
Go for it.
section, because I started with Attack on Titan, which completely changed my view on anime. And I've just been searching for stuff that's as good or I've enjoyed, and it's been a long journey to find stuff. I found one called RE Monster or Remonster. I stopped watching that because it was just too fucking dirty. One bit, it's basically like I don't know what you call him. He's like a vampire who dies and gets reincarnated as a goblin or an orc or something. And all of a sudden he's got, all these people are with him, and basically goes into this room and all these women follow him and he bangs them all.
Of course.
He blocks the door and he's got all these women in it. I was just like, nah, I can't watch this. This is why people don't like anime. So I've been on my anime search. I've found one called Jujutsu Kaisen, which is an awesome action anime. Basically, like people just fighting the fuck out of each other in Tokyo and Japan. Loving that. What else? I've watched. It's on Amazon. If you ever want to try it, it's not anime as such. It's Vox Machina.
I am aware of it. I haven't seen it.
Really good. Really well done. Sort of Western. I think if you like stuff like Baldur's Gate and stuff like that, that is awesome.
Tangentially related, not to cut you off, but check out Secret Level on Amazon. That was recommended to me by a friend of mine, so I started watching it today. It is, it's all like animated. Like the quality of the animation is like there's a lot of money that's been put into it. I've seen it actually because it's got little specials of all the different. Yeah, they're only like 10 to 15 minutes, but episodes each. But each one is from a different game. The first one being Dungeons and Dragons. Like one's even Pac-Man. There's Unreal Tournament. Warhammer. Mega Man, I believe. Yeah, Mega Man. I've only seen the first 6-7 episodes, so like I'm catching up. But yeah, Mega Man. Because a friend of mine was telling me about it, so I thought I'll give it a try. But yeah. Yeah, that's on my list. That's on my list to go through those. But the one that I've sort of really love is the what's it called? Freerun. Freerun's a bit like it's almost like somebody's made a Tales of anime, or maybe even more relaxing than that. That's my new obsession is Freerun. It's just basically like a mage going around. It's like a very relaxed Lord of the Rings kind of journey story. What kind of anime is it that you're into? I don't know, John. Good ones. I like good anime, not pervy ones, because they just make me feel like I'm, Okay. What's John getting now? Okay, so I haven't actually like the fact that I've still got Cellophane on me that I haven't watched them yet, but it's like for when I have time to watch them. Is this your hentai collection? No. I wouldn't have that where the kids can get to it. That's fair enough. So so one that's potentially like this one I do need to watch, but this is Nadia and the Secret of the Blue Water. So do you know Neon Genesis Evangelion? Yes. So this is from the same people as that, and this is what Disney ripped off for making the Atlantis film that they did with Michael J. Fox in the lead role. Yeah, it steals from this. Because back then, people didn't realize. So, so I need to watch it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good things. So if you're looking for an adventure show, apparently that's a great one from Neon Jazz or Gainax. I think that sounds up my street. Yep. So Nadia, Secret of the Blue Water. This is from the 90s. So if you're expecting sharp animation, this is too old for that. So this is I have not seen it since a long time ago, but there are some people who this might hold a special place for, and that is Gundam Wing. So that was like the first like Gundam show that was, I think, shown in the West before the rest of it came over.
Okay.
So, like, it depends if you're into like mech animes. I mean, it might be terrible by today's standards because I have not watched it in like 20, 25. Yeah, like 25 years maybe. But like, I've got that nostalgia for it, so I thought I'll rewatch it because it's on Blu-ray. No, so okay, the reason why I have all these is because the website alltheanime.com, they do a yearly half price buy one get one free at Christmas. They may have stopped for Christmas now, but like every year I check to see what's there, and that's when I pick up stuff like this because it's half price and buy one get one free. So yeah, one that if you have not seen it, you just have to watch it. Cowboy Bebop.
That is on my list of stuff to watch. I've got a Crunchyroll subscription. It's $4.99. It's the best $4.99 I spend every month, to be honest with you. And but you need to watch Attack on Titan. It's a masterpiece. I don't use that word lightly.
I know of it because, of course, everyone knows of Attack of Titan. So
it's a masterpiece. I very rarely use that. That's for like very special stuff, which it should be.
Fully out now, though.
Yeah, it's all done. The story's complete, and it is without a doubt for me. It's the best thing I've seen film, TV for like years, and it's something else. I think it does taper off. It's the first 2 seasons, hands down the best 2 seasons of anything I've ever seen.
Okay, so I mean, I'll throw it on the pile, but I feel like because of osmosis, because there's been so much on the internet, I feel like I kind of know it because you see it.
Oh, you don't, John. There's so much going on. You won't. I can't because I spoil it for you.
No, that's fine. So
even I was in the Reddit kind of Attack on Titan groups. I didn't, and even when I was at the end, I thought I've got to stop this because I'm starting to find stuff out. But I still completely had no idea what was going to happen till the end. Yeah.
Okay, and it was a good ending.
It ends. I can't say without spoiling it, John.
No, that's fine.
It's the story is completed as it should be, and it's a different way of ending a thing. It's not that's the thing. It's not Hollywood, so not everything has to end well.
Sure. Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So
you'll have to send me the link to this anime place.
Yeah, I will. Okay, I'll check to see if the offer's still on because I think they'll do like a 12 days of Christmas. But I haven't watched it yet. But because of the Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star.
And Blu-rays as well, John.
Well, because it's buy one get. They don't think they do DVDs there anymore. I think it's all just Blu-rays. So.
Oh, it's me in the past on that one.
Well, don't be wrong. Like I've got loads of DVDs. Like I still pick up DVDs. It's just that they do it. So alltheanime.com. Another one that you might enjoy is it looks like they've stopped the buy one get one free, but I will
bastards.
I will remember for next year to send that to you, to tell you about it when it's on.
I feel like sending me to this website is a bad idea, John.
Yeah, at the moment, yes, because now everything's full price again.
No, but I've got impulse. I can't stop my impulses.
I mean, like Nadia I bought full price. I bought Nadia like several months ago, so I didn't get that as part of the offer. But that's because Gainax have gone bankrupt, so I don't know what's going to happen with their shows, like the physical media side of it. So I was like, I decided to buy the series like 2 days before they went bankrupt or like closed down or whatever, so which was good timing because I don't know if that means the rights will go to someone. There's no way that Neon Genesis is going to go out of like but still
no chance. No.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's
okay. I'm gonna scroll through that website after and try not to spend money.
No, wait until next year. But if you want
Next
another,
Christmas. That's a long time.
you literally have to wait just literally like a year and a couple of days. So
Yeah, okay. I'm not looking at it now because I won't stop.
Durara, that's another one that you might enjoy. It's, I suppose, maybe kind of like, I say Yakuza, but it's not. It's, in other words, it's like modern Tokyo, and there's like different stories of different, like, it's told from different viewpoints of different people. There's like high school students. There's like gang members. There's, and some people have like special abilities, and there's also like a headless horsewoman that like also is there as well. And it's all like perfectly normal. It's yeah, so it's Drew Ra Ra Ra. It is a very good show.
Did you fucking make that name up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll add it to my list. Yeah,
I think it's actually on that website, but it will be on Crunchyroll because that's where I saw like a bunch of it. So if it's if you have Crunchyroll,
what subscription is it? Only £5 and give you so much enjoyment.
Yeah,
honestly, it's if it wasn't for the kids and the wife and stuff, fucking Netflix would be gone.
Yeah,
I wouldn't bother with it. And same with most things. I just have Crunchyroll and I'd be happy. Yeah. Anyway, we should get on to our game of the month.
Game of the month, which
I was going to get it, but I thought I can guarantee you John's got his copy for the YouTube viewers. But obviously, if you're watching or listening through other methods, you may not see this. But just imagine John's holding a game case, and it says Nights. Is it into
Journey of Dreams? That's
it. Because we played Nights on the Sega Saturn one a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I'd always wanted to play it. I think had you as well, and we loved it, didn't we? We absolutely adored it, and it's still one of my favorite games.
Before we get to Journey of Dreams, I feel like we should probably just slightly recap Nights into Dreams, partly because that episode is no longer available, but it's, I think, it's a good preface though before talking about Journey of Dreams, because you can't talk about Journey of Dreams without discussing Nights into Dreams. So, okay, Nights into Dreams. When I personally started playing it, initially I struggled with it until something clicked in my head, whereas like, I need to think of this like an arcade game where you're trying to like redo things and get higher scores over again. It's not like an adventure game where you're trying to get from point A to point B and be done. That's not what the game is about. If you try and play that way, you're going to be disappointed. The idea is that you're meant to try and get involved with the levels and try and do more with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of have to sort of just change your mindset completely on what it is, and and that is when you sort of enjoy it, and that is honestly, it just blew my mind, and it's a shame it never did as well as it should have. Should have really propelled the Saturn.
Yeah, it should have done so much more to help push the Saturn like into more homes. But...
I know, it's a shame, but we had its sequel.
But before we get into that though, also like we had as part of Nights, Christmas Nights, because after so if you buy the HD port. That's available. Well, sorry, it's just been delisted. So it's now been delisted. Yes, by Sega. I assume they're going to do a new collection, so there's no way they will let it be permanently gone because they've delisted all of their classic games.
That seems to be the theme at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of people saying this has been delisted, and this, that.
But even their Mega Drive games have been delisted, so Sega must be up to something. But if you completed the base Nights game, you unlocked Christmas Nights, and so we played that as well. So because we did that playthrough at Christmas 2 years ago because of Christmas Nights, but then I myself replayed Christmas Nights last Christmas, and I've also played it this Christmas, and I even I have, and I also played it with my son. I mean, he tried like to control Knights a bit, but he's not really into. He's 5. He hasn't really picked up 3D games because I haven't really let him play that much. It's more been like
Wouldn't let him have the control pad, John. How mean.
I mean, I'd be trying not to make him too much like me. So, like Discworld, for example, it's a point-and-click adventure game.
Getting his brain ticking with that. It's, I can see what you're doing there. You're trying to make him an intellectual sort of super being. My kids are just happy if they don't end up in prison.
No, it's just like because I want him to not end up spending all his time on Fortnite at the end of the day. I want him to play a variety of games if that's what he wants to do. But anyway, so yeah, Christmas Nights played it this year and also played it with him because also there is, I think until Christmas Eve, there is a competition on for a high score challenge if you play as Clarice, Christmas Nights level for the YouTube channel Gaming for Ages. So look them up on YouTube. They've got a thing you can win a prize if you get like one of the high scores. So yes. So preface done. Wii copy of Journey to Dreams. So what was your history with this game before me requesting it for this month's challenge?
My history was I bought it because it was dirt cheap on the Wii. And again, because I knew I'd always wanted to play the Saturn Nights, thought it would be silly not to get this version. And obviously I've never played it until we did it for this. So it's just been stuck on my shelf forever. It's the only thing I can say is because I had a PAL copy of Nights for the Saturn, which my UK Saturn blew up. So I just got rid of everything in a kind of strop, I suppose, as I do. Like impulsive, see, John. I need medication.
No.
Yeah, I got problems, and all changed around now because I'm now 40, John.
You look more like 30.
I'm 40, and my mum and dad said, "What do you want for your birthday? Just get something you really want. You just choose something. Doesn't matter. PlayStation 5, whatever you want." I said, "No, I want Japanese Sega Saturn, please, because shmups."
And they probably went, "What?"
No, he's not surprised. He's like, "Yeah, okay, fair enough." And so bought a bundle of Japanese, super cheap. To be fair, it wasn't expensive at all. So I've now got a Sega Saturn. I now need to get a way of playing it on my TV. I'm going to be. I know I'm getting off topic, but one of the reasons I wanted that was to get Nights again, the original. So I need to get myself a Japanese Nights copy, and I believe it's a separate disc for the Christmas one, because I don't think I need to read anything on that one. I should be okay. So yeah, I'm still obsessed with Nights. Still obsessed with it. But yeah, the Wii version, it's, again, to be fair, if you want it, it's dirt cheap still.
Yes, because I got it for dirt cheap from people who know Eddie, aka Roller X Core or Roller Core. He sold off a bunch of his games, and one of them was Night's Journey of Dreams, and so I bought it from him. And because again, it was dirt cheap, but then I think when we went to go and do Nights into Dreams, I think maybe you're the one who said to me like, "Oh yeah, the Wii one apparently is shit," or maybe someone else said it, but so that was the idea was in my head. I think
that was the general sort of gist. It wasn't as it was shit. It was what I'd heard. So thoughts, John, or do you want to go through what the game is?
Okay,
it is a bit different, isn't it? It is a bit different.
So let's go through what the game is before we get into thoughts. So, okay, we still have the classic boy and girl structure. In other words, you pick which child you want from the main menu, and then you go and play through their dreams. So whereas with Nights into Dreams, the Saturn one, yes, you had different stages, but the gameplay was always the same. In other words, fly through the level, get enough orbs, and then face a boss. Oh, well, do the orbs thing 4 times, then face a boss. Rinse and repeat for 4 stages before facing the final boss. Okay. Whereas with the Wii version, to me, this feels like a sequel / reboot. Not definitely not a remake, but like a reboot, because the fact that you don't need to play the first game necessarily to play this one, so it's not like a sequel in the sense of a story sequel. And the children have different names, different storylines, so it's not like they've just remade the first game for the Wii. And so when you play as each child, there are 3 separate worlds, or stages in a way, or lands, area, what we can call them. And within those are 5 missions. The very first mission is going to be more like your classic Saturn Knight style, which is where you control knights, fly through the level, and you have to do it for 3 rounds rather than 4 of the original, and then you face the boss. Then missions 2, 3, and 4 are going to be something random that the game does. When I say random, it's not randomized. It's the game has preset. But what I mean is, it could be like trying to go through rings and get a high score, or like a certain quantity to complete it, like 35, or get through 30 rings without letting the timer run out, or collect jewels falling from a volcano, or be shot out from a volcano, or do power loops to save Nightopians that are being sucked into a vortex. And I think this is where the one that probably people maybe dislike the most. There are certain levels where you actually play as the child, doing like kind of like a platform area where you have to get and find knights. And so you aren't flying around, you are the child. You can throw the orbs out to go and stun enemies, but you are just stuck on the ground going through the level.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably why people think that's what I assume why people think it's shit.
Yeah, that was the bit that was like, oh,
yeah,
this is what people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There's
not too many of them. I think there might be 3 or 4 in the entire game. I think
3 or 4 too many.
And then the 5th mission is the boss from the first mission, but then expanded. So because it's like either made harder or made longer. As in like there's more to do with it. So in other words, they've taken what you've learned from doing the boss in the first mission, and then go, okay, you know what to do it, but more of it. So and then throwing into the mix is like when you complete a world, an area, you then unlock a mask as well. So there's 3 masks you can get. The first one is the dolphin mask, meaning that you can actually swim in water. The second one is the rocket mask, so you can actually speed through things quite quickly. And the third one is the dragon mask, which I'm not entirely certain what's different, but you need to use all 3 masks to beat the final boss, because if you don't, you will really struggle. So then they also added in collectibles as well to unlock things. The score system is still there from A to E, and you can only get the final like boss. I mean, the final boss is still the same, but like an extra fight within that and extra cutscenes if you get a minimum of a C rank on every single level. And then they include like, is it kind of like a Pokemon thing? No, not a Pokemon thing, but like, there's any like Marians that you power loop get stuck through and end up in like this zoo area that you could like interact with. I didn't really do anything with that myself.
No, me. Yeah, I also didn't get all the C ranks either, John. I didn't go for your perfectionist kind of.
Perfectionist A ranks because you unlock more. I did not do that.
No, you can do. There's more again, is there?
Well, it's not like there's not extra cutscenes, but there's more unlocks. Like I think you unlock something for the first game, not Christmas Nights, but like maybe music from the first game. But anyway, yeah. So I did go and get the C ranks because I didn't have that many I needed to get, so I thought I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything that you want to throw in that I've missed from the game?
No,
As in,
you've
what
covered
it's
that
about,
very
not-
well. That's why I get you to cover the games. That bit. That's why I always get you to do that bit, because I would just bumble my way through that. Yeah, no, I think you've covered it pretty well there. Almost like you're a professional there, John. But
Don't
yeah,
lie.
the good thing is I went into it thinking it was going to be shite. It wasn't shit, to be fair. It's
No.
definitely not a shit game.
It's not.
Do you know what I think it needs? It needed more time, more polish.
Okay.
I think given another like 6 months to a year, that could have been a much better game. And I don't think the Wii was the best choice for it.
Because, okay, quick aside. I already know the answer, but for the audience, what control method did you use for this? What did you use to control knights?
In the end, I had to go the analog stick because I used the stupid pointer thing.
So you
and that
used the Wiimote and the nunchuck,
nunchuck, yeah.
whereas I used the GameCube controller.
In the end, I used the classic. The
Okay.
I don't even know what it's called. It's basically like
The
the
classic controller, I think is what it's
yeah.
called.
I think that's what it's called. In the end, I did use that because I didn't. I had to find it, but I knew it was somewhere. I thought actually I'm going to try it. That was the best way that I found. I didn't even think about putting a GameCube controller in, John. I've got loads of those.
I mean, because I thought you were playing on the Wii U. Can you plug a GameCube controller into the Wii U?
I switched to my Wii in the end
Okay.
because it was the gamepad.
Yeah.
I'd have to have that out, and it was like a beacon of destruction for my son. So he'd see it, he'd pick it up, and I just couldn't cope with it. So I switched to my Wii in the end because I just didn't want him to break it.
Sure.
To be honest, he's not far off being able to leave it alone, but I could just see him just staring at the script at the gamepad. He's like,
Sure.
don't touch it, leave it.
Yeah, good.
He also he's the sort of kid who's like, I'm playing a game on the Switch, which is rare when they're around, but if I'm just having a go at something,
Sure.
they come along and just pull the Switch out of the dock. Because I play on my Pro Controller. So, put it back. But yeah, no. So yeah, I did start off with Wii U, and I've played it on the old classic Wii in the end. But for me, there's no difference between them, really. The Wii is almost flawless emulation on the Wii U.
I mean, so I immediately, as soon as I saw I could use the GameCube controller, that's all I used. I never tried playing the game with the Wiimote, so I don't know if you tried that to offer like an opinion.
Well, the pointer
Yeah.
thing, it's crap. It was atrocious, to be honest with you. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And I'm someone who's quite happy with motion controls. I don't have a problem with them.
Which is probably
Yeah.
part of why the game has the reputation it does, because if people only use that control scheme,
Yeah, you'd throw the disc away. But no, they should have just made it analog stick control like the original. That's all they needed to do.
GameCube controller.
Did you find it jarring that sometimes the character models are really sort of quite nice on one one model, and next thing you know, like the kids were like all fuzzy and fucked up? That really jarred me. I don't know why.
I mean, okay, so I have a HDMI converter for my Wii, so I kind of like don't really pay too much attention to that because I don't know if that's just a bad conversion of the converter or is that actually the game.
It's the game.
Yeah,
because
okay.
I to be fair, I've got a HD converter for my Wii as well,
Mhm.
but the Wii U should be fairly
Okay,
accurate emulation the way it works, as far as I know. And yeah, it's just like they just couldn't be asked with some of the character models, and
That's a pity.
yeah, I think that was just they obviously rushed it for some reason. Is my feeling on it.
The fact that they did not include any form of Christmas nights as well. I mean, like, just FYI, there's no unlockable Christmas nights. Not the original game, but as in
Just like a level or something, or
yeah, a
just
Journey
something.
of Dreams version of Christmas nights. There is nothing like that in this
Yeah.
game, which to me seems odd considering that is so intrinsically tied to the identity of nights is Christmas nights. You think that would be like one of the things they would have to do, but no. I
Yeah,
can plan not putting the Sonic model in, but
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you know what? I did enjoy it though.
Mm-hmm.
If it was longer, I don't think I'd have. It was the right length.
Yes.
Well, I think maybe 5-6 hours I did it in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was enjoyable.
Yes.
Not the classic the first one is. It's nowhere near that. And,
No, it's not. It's not the classic of the first one. I think I can't. I can't understand why they added the extra game modes, because I think if they just did the original Knights, that would probably be fine for our generation. But when you have the Wii, which the target demographic is probably going to be younger, this is going to be people's first entry into the Knights series. So they probably wanted to make it more approachable. So like have the different game modes, have it where you're interacting more, being the children more. Like, because I suppose I didn't actually mention the fact that there is kind of, I say a hub world, that's a bit extreme, but there is a hub area before you go into the different bit, and you can actually go and become with knights to go and fly around.
yeah,
But you're doing that as the child, so they're trying to like say like get you more engaged with the children of the game, and I think that is they're trying to get new people who've never heard of knights before, but maybe like see the cover art. And like, for example, like part of the reason why I now have fond memories of this game is because I was playing some of it while like my son was off like watching like TV. He decided to come through and saw I was playing it, and the colors and the artwork, and like the character design of like knights, immediately drew him in. And like he brought like a chair through to come and sit. Like, so there's a TV behind me, but this is like a kind of like a study, so there's not like sofas or anything. He grabbed a chair and came up next to me. I'm sat in my computer chair, by the way, and so with the TV, and then like he put a chair next to me to watch, and then also wanted to try playing a bit. And so for him, those levels where you play as the children walking through were actually the easiest for him to do versus the rest of the game. So, but anyway, but him just like seeing the wonder of like the knight's character, and like then seeing what happens with the children, like with the cutscenes when you beat the game, of like how they resolve like the issues they have in the real world. He loves seeing that kind of stuff. For a 5-year-old. So I could see, as again like our generation who would have potentially played the Sand Knights, then played this, like what the fuck is this? But for like a 5-year-old saying this is like wonderment. And like he then wanted us to. I said earlier on the show about him playing Christmas Nights was born out of him seeing me play Journey of Dreams. So for me, that's an extra thing of like that, sharing that with my son.
It's not meant for us, John, is it?
No.
Yeah, I would honestly be happy with just a rebooted Knights with pretty graphics in HD. That's all I wanted, and I think that's the problem, isn't it? The people who review it, the people who are talking about it when it came out, were people like you and me.
Yeah.
And I bet you if I stuck my son in front of Knights, the newer one, he'd love it too.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give a fuck about the things that I moan about. He wouldn't notice that character model is a bit rough. He'd just be like, this is colourful, this is cool. But the one thing it does have is fantastic music. Love the music in it.
Yes, I mean, they pull a lot of music from the original game. A lot of music.
Yeah.
But, they do have new stuff as well, and funny enough, so last time of recording, the previous week is when I actually beat it. Then at the weekend, we took my wife to go drop her off at the airport because she went to Edinburgh for a week.
Yeah.
On the way home, I stuck on the soundtrack on YouTube, so then Bluetooth to the car, the soundtrack for Journey of Dreams, and just like, 'cause that thing is 3 hours long, so just stack that on, and we just listened to that on the way home.
It's great. It's brilliant music.
Yeah.
Love it. But then some Knights had great music as well, and like you're saying, I couldn't remember there was that much music from it, but my memory's terrible.
don't get me wrong, like there's obviously new stuff and expanded things, but you could definitely recognize stuff from the original game. So if depending on how familiar or how recently you've played it, there's definitely a lot there.
Yeah, but it is quite a good game to play. I know it's not got the Christmas theme. It is quite a good sort of family game to play over Christmas, isn't it? And with it being so cheap,
it's
like what? I can't imagine when I bought it, it was less than £5.
Yeah,
I can't imagine it's much more now.
No, I mean, even with like that generation now going up in value, it's probably not going to be that expensive.
And I suppose, I still think I think it's just at most a tenner, maybe. There's some here you can buy it brand new still for £20.
Really, brand new.
£5. You can get that £5, which is great because we want games to be accessible and cheap and stuff. Nothing worse than looking for a game and it's like £100, which is what I've discovered with some of the shmups I went for. Even Japanese Saturn is like £200. No. That's when I get another method of playing them.
The flashcards that you can now get Saturn.
Yeah, it's just if they've got a Wii, a Switch remake, I've bought plenty of those. But yeah, no, it's really, and look, you could probably pick up a Wii and a copy of this game for less than you would pay for a modern PS5 game.
Yeah, I had more than enough enjoyment for the price I paid for the game. I had like double, triple, quadruple, whatever, like enjoyment. If you put like the cost of a game versus your enjoyment, I definitely got far more than what I paid for it.
Definitely, I got 5 or 6 hours of just. I said I suppose I was looking into it more depth to moan about stuff for this, but it was good, and I think, to be honest with you, and I should have played it with my son, and maybe I will. I reckon he'd love it.
Yeah, over Christmas, maybe like let him have a try at it. Just for those curious, if you do manage to get C ranks across everything during the final stage, it's so I'm trying to remember like the bad version of Knights, the red one. I can't remember his name.
The
right
ugly
now.
one with a weird mouth.
Yes,
I can't remember either.
Yeah, you have a fight with him before Wiseman, and then there is expanded scene where the two children actually meet during the ending, animation instead. So that's the main difference. So
the to be fair, the CG in it is brilliant as well.
They had motion capture.
It's really good.
In the credits, it lists motion capture, so they did actually have people doing it. So
yeah, my son, to be fair, would love that. Love just watching the videos. I think.
Yeah,
it's good. I think I went in expecting a full-on turd and came out, I suppose, enjoying it, and that's what gaming should be, isn't it? It's not about being a masterpiece. Like not everything has to be. As long as you get an enjoyment, and I definitely got my money's worth of that. And it, like I say, I think I will go back to it.
Yeah, it's so. Whereas Nights into Dreams is an arcade game where you try and get high scores, but it also has like things you could discover in the levels that people are still finding out about, and it does have the storyline with the two children. Yeah, fair enough. But it's technically a high score arcade game. This is trying to be more than that. It's trying to be more for children to do with the game. So I think it's viewed at a younger audience than the original is, and has more different modes of play for that reason.
Yeah, for those little attention spans.
Yeah, so I feel it's definitely worth playing.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, and we just need a Knights 3. That's all it makes me want is more. I just want more. Stop making Sonic games, Sega. just
assuming it didn't sell too well, and that's why we haven't had more. I assume.
Well, yeah. Again, I think it was just. To be honest, they should have targeted us.
But then they should have done that for a different console then.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have done it on the Wii. They should have done it on like the 360 PS3.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are.
I think if they were to make a 3, put it on the Switch, everybody that would target everybody. But maybe they could make a Knights game with that would appeal to both audiences. I'm sure it'd be possible.
Yeah, I guess have like the arcade mode and then the story mode, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mini game section and stuff like that. That would be, yeah. I'm sure they could do it. They just need to do it. It's not like they've short of studios.
No, they've got plenty, but they with all the Yakuza money coming in as well.
Exactly, Yakuza could pave the way for more Knights. It bloody hell, even Sonic's making cash, isn't he? So, as I found out, because my son he's gone from liking Sonic to being a Sonic mega fan.
Is this hurting you physically?
It is hurting me as a Mario fan. He likes Mario, but he keeps playing Sonic 2 on my Switch. Keeps playing it, and it's just like, if 10-year-old me can meet you now, he'd be so disappointed. He'd have told me when I was 10, my son.
He's your child.
Sonic 2 on a Nintendo console as well.
Yep.
My little head would have exploded. But no, he loves it. He loves the films, loves the cartoons. I've got him, what I've got him for Christmas is the Sonic kart racing game.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He is going to go mental for that. Sonic with cars is going to be like, it's going to be the greatest thing he's ever seen. And I bought him a Mario themed steering wheel as well, which I got off eBay.
Yep.
So it's not new, but it's a really good steering wheel. So it was quite a good price and not stinky like my arcade stick that I bought, which I still haven't plugged it in.
Okay, all right. You haven't given it a try yet.
No, I still don't want to bring it in my house. It's still in the boot of the car. It's been there for like 3 months. I've got a hoary arcade stick in my boot, and it's been in there. And my wife's like, "You ever going to bring that in?" It's like, "No."
It's the ornament of the car.
Eventually, all the smelly molecules will drift off. Hopefully, and I have full on cleaned that down with everything that I could think of, including stuff so strong that I'm surprised it hasn't burnt through the plastic, which might be the best thing for it.
There might be like some kind of professional cleaning to be done now.
The next bit would be to take it apart, which I've already taken the back off when I was in work, and literally take all the electronics out and just fucking set it on fire and hope it comes back together. I don't know. I'll tell you what, next podcast I'll give you an arcade stick update.
Okay, yeah, like take it apart, get the actual electronics out and see, do they smell or is it like the plastic part of it, the casing that smells?
I can't even sell it because it's not fair to send that to somebody else. That's how
So
bad
do
it
you.
is. That's how that I'm being a nice person. I should have sent it back really, but reason it fucking stinks. Imagine putting that in the comments for eBay. But yeah, no, I'm gonna find out. It might be okay now. It's been that long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, it's been a while, so maybe the smell has dissipated potentially, or there's something in there that's causing the smell.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get the GameCube out as well, so we can have a go at Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, because I really like those games.
Yeah.
Mega
Collection.
Sorry?
Mega Collection and Gems.
I've got that as well. Yeah, got those. I haven't got the Gems collection though, I don't think. But Sonic
it takes
Lego.
like 2, but I mean, try like they have others on there as well. So
yeah, Sonic Lego as well. He's Sonic everywhere. How disappointing! But there we are. As long as he's happy. So we haven't even thought about our next game, so we can't even announce what our next game is, unless you've got any more thoughts on Knights, John.
I think we're pretty much there with Knights. So the takeaway is, if you go in with an open mind,
you'll enjoy
you're not looking for an arcade game, this is not the first game just remade. not at all. They're trying to put in new game modes and new experiences, and it's just definitely skewed younger. But if you can get over that, it's a very enjoyable game, and it's definitely worth trying out. And it doesn't take that long to beat. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
So I think we'll give it. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but as long as you kind of, go in with an open mind. Remember, it's on the Wii,
and it's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely worth at least trying, especially for that price.
And then if you like that, so Knights one, I think everybody should play if you're a gamer.
Oh yeah, of course. And
I can't believe
you used to be able to buy everywhere until last week.
I better buy my Japanese Sega Saturn game before it goes up in price.
Yeah, and Nights, Christmas Nights, sorry.
Yes, don't worry. I'll have to get both.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be able to just buy the one part. I'll have to get both. But we haven't discussed our next game, so we'll keep that a mystery.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I haven't even got any ideas at the moment.
But we'll have a chat after we stop.
We will. So we'll be back.
We'll be back in the new year, 2025.
And I'm trying to get John to pick his favourite games of the year, but he's played so many, he's going to struggle. It's going to be a lot easier for me to choose.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll just do our favourite top 5.
We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it, isn't it, John, for this one?
Yep.
We'll be back next month with another one, with a mystery game. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.